Well, welcome to Tracking TV Live. We're having our second crack at a little live show, and I think it's time to kind of fill you in on how progress is going. We've looked at a couple of systems to try and make this system work. Too many systems. We've looked at a couple of systems to try and make our live shows better. And in fact, we've got a system that we think works really quite well, but it's still not as good as the telephone. It will be better when we've done some more work on it, but the trouble is, making programs as well, it's a bit of an issue because you don't have that much time to put into things. So, okay, there you go. What we're stuck with at the moment is the phone. So we're using the phone, the computer screen to play material and to show material, and hopefully that will give us a reasonable little presentation until we get a better system working. It's all going to take time. We continue to make programs, however, and we're doing our best to keep you entertained and informed, if you like. So, what have we got today? Well, today one of the things that's really became interesting during the course of today was a nice, interesting video here coming up, and that's proved, I can't see what I'm doing, and that's proved really popular. So we'll have a look at that first and see what you think of it, and then your comments, well, there's loads of comments already, but your comments will be welcome on the Facebook page. Currently on the Facebook page there's about 28 comments on this. Look at the poor guy. I felt really sorry for him. I think we all should. But that's what happened. He was coming round the roundabout. A number of suggestions have been made. Like, for instance, some people have said perhaps that he hit a patch of oil. Some people have said it's because the tag axle is down. Some people have suggested there's an issue with the trailer maybe. There's all kinds of suggestions about what might have happened to this poor chap. See it for yourself on the Facebook page and see what you think. Make a bit of a judgment, if you like, from the video as well. I think it certainly looks like his drop axle is down, and who knows what the road conditions were like, because let's be blunt, we weren't there. So I guess the guy deserves, heavens, thank you so much. The guy deserves as much of our sympathy, I guess, as well as anything else, because he must have suffered a bit with that one, mustn't he? And he's certainly suffered from, I think, comments around the place, some of which are fair, some of which are doubtless a bit unfair. I'm going to stop that because I'm now showing something really strange on there. Okay, press a button. Hopefully press another button and see what happens. Okay, that little item, I think, is worth looking at, because I guess the bottom line to it, it's the kind of thing that can happen to anyone under the circumstances, because you don't know how much pressure the guy was on to get off the site where he was probably delivering or whatever. Good afternoon to you, Daniel. Good afternoon to you, Gavin. Nice to hear from you. Okay, well, the next little story I want to deal with is one that came up only yesterday, and it's a really interesting one. Have a look at this, see if you can read it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it very clearly. But the story is that Kent County Council are actually putting up a plan to open a number of smaller lorry parks across Kent to help reduce the number of lorries that are illegally parked. Kent, I think, is a county in problems, because they do have trouble, don't they, with vehicle parking, especially when they have things like the wind and weather shutdowns that they have. Operation Stack. It's a horror, I think, for lorry drivers and for travellers in general. Yeah, I agree with you, Gavin. I'll come to that later, mate. But this one seems like a really interesting story. It looks as if that Kent are actually going to pull the stops out and try and get some kind of solution for the problem. 4 or 5 smaller truck parks, who knows? I'm going to talk to hopefully one of the guys from Kent County Council before the weekend and hopefully get a bit more information on this. And if we can get more information, we will put that online probably on Sunday, because as the plan is evolving, we're probably going to move and have a Sunday night digest of the week's news and information, so that you'll be able to see for yourself at the end of the week what's been happening and what's been going on. Okay, right, back to me. What an ugly bloke. Where do I come from? There we go. What have we got? Because I just want to catch up on what you're saying, I guess, on the Facebook page, because I can only read some of it. It's most peculiar. Okay. I think I go along with you, Daniel. Daniel's saying that we need more parking in Kent for HGVs. An Operation Stack, this is the most recent one, isn't it? I think Daniel was saying he was stuck in it for 9 hours. That is getting ridiculous, and they need to start providing drivers with some reasonable and sensible way to manage themselves. It won't happen because they won't pay, says Gavin. I don't know, Gavin. I don't know if that's true, mate. I think the county council may be coming under pressure from a lot of people. Hopefully they are. And if they get pressure from people, or pressure from organisations and companies, etc., maybe that will help them or force them into making a decision. So we definitely need a bit more. There we go. Let's just get back to that. That's it. One of the things that I was really upset about when I looked into the story was Kent County Council. Their actual consultation document is this. It's on their website, Freight Plan or Freight Action Plan for Kent. And this, to be honest with you, what we see in front of us on the screen is pretty numbing and pretty boring, isn't it? I think, really. I do like much better the story in I think it's Radio Ashford. Yeah, Radio Ashford's story, which is actually really quite nicely written and pretty sensible. I think that it's making all the right points pretty pertinent. Tim Slade, yeah, lorry parks are needed up and down the country. Services are a joke. I think that's very true. I don't know whether you know, but there was I think it's on TruckNet currently, there was a petition, or a thing about a petition, a post about a petition on TruckNet, that drivers maybe will sign. I don't think it was ever going to get to the stage where actually it would come to being presented to Parliament, but there were several thousand signatures on that, and I must check up on it, and I'll come back to you, I hope, on that on Sunday. But that one really looks like something that's really positive for Kent. It would be nice if they managed to actually get it would be nice to actually get even 2 or 3 small lorry parks that would give people a bit of an opportunity. Gavin Shearing has just mentioned about the guy getting mugged. Poor devil, I was really upset to read that. I don't know about you, but when you read that, not a lot of people, I think, have. Let's just get down and have a look at it for myself. Here we go, come here, you. Yeah, I thought that was really pretty rough. The guy was actually in a lay-by near York, and someone knocked on the side of his van, or knocked on the side of the cab, said, come out, because your curtain siler, I assume, has been ripped or slashed or whatever. He got out, he got smacked in the gob, and someone nicked his laptop. Horrible, not nice. And one of our people on Facebook, that's Tony Goss, says, no wonder a lot of drivers carry protection in the cab. How true, Tony. It's just so awful, really, isn't it? I think it's a dreadful thing. There's one more thing I want to mention today that maybe we could try and get a conversation going about this. The Freight Transport Association, the FTA, have just said in a press release that driver CPC training must remain flexible. I think this is a really interesting topic, because so many of the drivers that you talk to have said that most of the CPC training they do, they feel is a waste of time, and that you go back over the same thing and you're really just switched off for a week or switched off for a few hours, while you just do your CPC training, which has little or no relevance. Sometimes people think once you've done it once, you know it. It's a good question. I want to do more on this, but I think maybe I need to know more for myself. So I want to try and do a bit of research on it, and you can help really if you wish to, because what I'd like to see people do is to actually give us a bit more information about what you feel about driver CPC training. Yeah, we've got Daniel again, who says that he thinks that CPC is just a government money spinner. Well, I think, oh right, really? Oh no. Apparently you've got to spend an afternoon on a bike. Okay, well I know one, so we'll be alright. Okay, truckers need more support, full stop. Across the board we are treated like mugs. Without truckers nothing is delivered apart from babies. Sorry for the lorry driver that got mugged last night, not good. That's from Tim Slade. Tim, you're very right. And that's one of the things we're trying to do here with Tracking TV. Hopefully trying to give people a bit more information, a bit more background, a bit more news and a bit more to work on. I don't know whether it will work out or what. If you want to have a look at some videos about driving, we've got a lot of video content on our YouTube page. That's youtube.com/TrackingTVUK, or just search for Tracking TV. If you search for Tracking TV, you'll find us in lots of places. Okay, what we're going to do from here on in, we're going to actually try and produce somewhat more slick, I hate to say the word, don't know really, somewhat more slick live Facebook Live little productions 3 or 4 times a week with bits and pieces of news, so that we can get your opinions, and so that I hope gradually people will start to actually put stuff into us. I think what we're going to try and do is early evenings on Sundays. We're going to try and do a show between 5 and 7, I think. I know it's a difficult one, but Sunday we'll try and do a digest of the week's news, and then probably on Tuesdays and Thursdays we'll try and do a show on each of those days. I'd rather do it live, because at least it gives us an opportunity to actually talk to each other. We do lots of stuff on video clips, which is great. I think it's fun to make, loads of stuff going on, but actually doing this kind of thing live gives us a chance to actually talk to each other and get some kind of interaction going. I hope that works. I've got a message from my little niece. I don't know what she's saying. Who knows? I don't know. She's vanished. I don't know. Where are you, Sarah? I don't know. Got lost. She's got lost. Who knows? And good Lord, there's lots of people liking this video as well, which is really quite nice. The video will be online for some time. It goes online as soon as we've finished. Come and see us on Tracking TV Live on Sunday. It will be, I don't know what time, but we'll put the firm time up during the day on Sunday. I guess it will be between 5 and 7, because I'd like to have the evening off, please. And we'll see what happens from there. If you've got something to say, if you've got something interesting to talk about, we welcome your contributions on the Tracking TV Facebook page. We're also on Twitter. I'm looking now for more drivers to take part in our Drivers' Day series. So if you're within, I don't know, if you're based, or if you start most of your journeys from somewhere around 2 hours max at the moment away from Felixstowe, we'd be delighted to come and spend a day out with you and film what you do. I'd be really interested to do something with curtain siders. I'd be really interested to do something with tipper drivers. We'd also be interested in looking at some plant driving exercises if people do some stuff. Okay, what else was I going to say? God, I have to make a script, don't I? But I don't like them. So we'll see what happens. And yes, you are right, Tim Slade. All truckers need to stick together and support each other, and that's one of the reasons why Tracking TV is in existence. We'll see where it goes from here. The more the merrier. The more you share this around, the more people know about us. Hopefully we'll try and get things together and build a bigger channel for more people. Okay, that's it. See you soon. When I press the right button, we'll